I'm going to be honest with you, when I first heard that pharmacists were going to be doing coronavirus testing, my first reaction was, I don't want any part of that. I don't want to be within 35 miles of somebody who has coronavirus. I don't want it. I don't want it. I knew this was going to happen, and I don't want to do it. But at the same time, you know, of course I will do it because I don't want some person taking my place that is in worse shape than I am. You know, maybe they're elderly, they're sick. I'm a young man, I'm pretty healthy. I run like every day-ish. So I figure, yeah, of course I'll do it. And the reason I'm talking about it is because the HHS issued, I guess it's called like a white paper, just kind of a statement saying, we're encouraging pharmacists and pharmacies to give coronavirus testing to the population. So for the rest of us that are not celebrities, you know, we might be getting a test at some point at a pharmacy. And I wanted to go over that white paper. I want to talk about what are the different kind of tests, what most likely will you be seeing in a pharmacy, kind of some of the guidance that's come from the National Community Pharmacists Association and the National Association of Chain Drug Stores. And I want to talk about what are Jeff's demands. What does Jeff want? And obviously, I don't always get what I want, but I want to throw out my opinions and let me know what you guys think. So first of all, the HHS issued a white paper just saying, okay, go for it. But pharmacists don't know, okay, what do I need in order to start giving tests? Some pharmacists have never given a blood test, they've never given a glucose test. So NCPA does have a little bit of guidance on their website. Yes, you'll probably need a CLIA waiver, and how are you gonna get paid for it? We don't know. And you gotta look for tests that can be used by somebody with a CLIA waiver. So that actually includes the one Trump made famous, the Abbott test. That is covered under the CLIA waiver. So that leads me to the different kind of tests that we have. So there's a nasal and a throat swab. That's what you've seen. That's the most accurate test to determine if you currently have coronavirus. They show up in spacesuits and they put a swab in your down your nose, and it's really uncomfortable, and they put one down your throat. They do a PCR analysis and they test it to see if in fact you've got a colony of coronavirus living inside of you. Now the other test is the antibody test, and that just sees if you've been exposed to it. So it wouldn't, now I'm not gonna go too much into it because I did a whole other video, and you can look at that video and I discuss what it means if I'm positive or versus I'm negative, etc. Now, on to Jeff's demands. What do I wanna see if I'm out there risking my tail to test the population doing this great public service or whatever? First of all, obviously we're gonna need personal protective equipment, N95 masks, face shields, gowns, you know, nothing haphazard, you know, real equipment, not a cloth mask that my grandma made or whatever. We need to have it scheduled. So currently, with immunizations, and well, not currently, but before coronavirus, with immunizations, people walk up, they say, I want a flu shot. They'll give you about 2 minutes before they start tapping their feet and, you know, being upset that they haven't had their shot yet. So what we need with coronavirus testing is not that. What we need is scheduling. We need to have it scheduled so we can prepare ourselves, you know, with the PPE. We can get the test prepared. You know, I think drive-through is a great idea. So you can just dedicate a staff to the drive-through for that specific purpose, or even doing something in the parking lot. But if they are coming into the store, we need to devote 100% of our attention to that. I think we should be compensated, especially because there's a risk involved. And not all pharmacists actually get formal lunch breaks, and if we're going to be doing this all day, there's a degree of sanitation required. You have to take your gloves off, you have to wash your hands, you have to like wipe down your lunch container. Like there's all these psychotic rituals we're doing now, and it makes it really hard to get somebody to test. Okay, go over to the little lunch area you have in your pharmacy, take a bite of noodles, and excuse me, I want the coronavirus test. Okay, let me put on my mask, let me get my gown on, let me put my face shield on, let me hook up the external oxygen source. It's like, really, I mean, we probably should have a lunch break if we're going to be doing coronavirus testing. And lastly, with regard to Jeff's demands, is that perhaps it could be voluntary. Now, I don't know if I would volunteer for coronavirus testing, I might, but it certainly shouldn't be something that people who are already not in great shape with their pharmacists, but they are putting themselves out there right now by going into work. You know, there are people that are pharmacists right now and they're saying, screw it, I'm not going in, I don't want to get sick. And some of those people, they're older, they have COPD, they're smokers, they've had a history of cancer in their past, maybe they currently have cancer. And so some of these people, it makes a whole lot of sense for them not to be at work right now, but there are other people that are kind of not that in that category, but they're a little bit, you know, that they have moderate to severe asthma, COPD, pack-a-day smokers, diabetics. Maybe some of these people, they're like going to work, they're risking it, but maybe they shouldn't be, you know, face to face with people who might have coronavirus. So that's just my 2 cents. I want to know what you guys think. If you think I'm being whiny with my asks, with my demands, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. If you like the video, let me know. If you have a story about coronavirus, I'd love to hear about it. I mean, you know, just my friend told me he was sitting next to somebody for 20 minutes who had coronavirus. I mean, this is permeating throughout our ecosystem, and it's only getting weirder. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks a lot. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks a lot. And that's all, folks.